Welcome on the bold topics and I am Anandamai. It is not without reason that Israel crosses every limit to eliminate terrorism. It is not without reason that Israel is ready to make terrorism shed tears of blood. Israel came into existence in 1947. After coming into existence, the neighboring Arab countries fought a war to eliminate Israel, but Israel defeated it in 6 days. Israel has been a victim of extremism since its existence. The world has also been in good terms with it in this matter. But it is considered difficult to eliminate terrorism. A strong argument behind this is that the army can eliminate terrorism. But how will it eliminate the terrorist ideology that is growing in the mind? Hamas has had a crooked and hateful attitudes towards Israel. Hamas lives in a small strip like Gaza. Hamas did the Israel hostage in a small strip like Gaza, but still Israel failed to find them. That Israel, which is considered one of the most powerful countries in terms of weapons, even before Hamas and before the formation of Israel, Jews and Arabs living in Palestine used to hate each other. Hamas is considered like an ant which is not easy to wipe out, but Israel is also being criticized all over the world for the path it has adopted to end terrorism by going against the orders of the world and even against the leaders of its own country. But still, Israel is not afraid of all this. Israel had made a mistake in 2005 when it withdrew its authority over Palestine, removed its soldiers from there. Only after that it was captured by a chauvinist group called Hamas and Israel started fighting terrorism. The current Prime Minister of Israel, who has been the Foreign Minister and Finance Minister, resigned in protest against the removal of the army from here. The path chosen by the current Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu to deal with terrorism is being criticized all over the world. But it does not make any difference to the Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu. What is the reason behind this? The reason behind this is that the Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu is such a personality in Israel who has determined to root out terrorism in his youth itself. Netanyahu, who was in the military, is mentally prepared to tear terrorism to pieces. It was his courage against terrorism that gave him recognition all over the world and became the reason for taking him to the post of Prime Minister in Israel. Israel was formed in 1940 and Netanyahu was born in 1949. He has close relations with America since his childhood. Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu was born in Tel Aviv in 1949. His father Benjamin was a Jewish activist. He was also a historian. He got an offer of an academic post in America, after which his whole family moved to America, but his love for Israel did not end. Netanyahu returned to Israel at the age of 80 and here he remained in the army for 5 years. He was a captain in an important commando unit. Netanyahu was also involved in an operation at Beirut Airport in 1968. Along with this, he was also involved in the Middle East War in 1973. Not only he was involved in such activities, but his brother was also involved in 1976. He was involved in the operation to free a plane hijacked and held hostage in Uganda, and in this operation his brother Jonathan had to lose his life. Netanyahu's family was shocked by this. His brother's name became one of the great personality of Israel. Netanyahu established an anti-terrorism institute in memory of his brother, and after this he became famous overnight. What happened was that this move of his caused that attention of Israel's ambassador to America and future foreign minister Moshe Adams. He appointed Benjamin Netanyahu as his deputy chief of mission in Washington in 1982. Netanyahu's public life got wings overnight. Netanyahu speaks perfect English in the American style, but before this, after completing his army service, he came back to America to complete his studies. He did his bachelor's and master's from MIT. As soon as he got the support of Arabs, he soon became a well-known face on American televisions. He started speaking out for Israel in the West with great vehemence. Netanyahu was made Israel's permanent representative in the UN in New York in 1984. He returned to Israel in 1948 and entered the country's politics. He won the parliamentary elections and was then made the foreign minister. Politically, Benjamin Netanyahu describes himself as right-wing. In the 1992 general elections, the Likud party lost and he was made the party's chairman. In 1996, Israel's prime minister was assassinated and President Shimon Peres announced early elections. Benjamin Netanyahu won this election outright. He became the youngest prime minister in Israel, and in this case too, he is the only one who was born after Israel's birth in 1948. Apart from this, he was also become a politician who has won 4 times. His first term was quite short. The Oslo Accords were signed between Israel and the Palestinians and were heavily criticized, but still in 1997 Netanyahu signed an agreement in which 80% control of Hebron was given to the Palestinians. He also signed the White River Memorandum in 1998, which cleared the way for more withdrawal from the West Bank. In 1999, Netanyahu announced elections 17 months in advance and faced defeat in them. He was defeated by Labour leader Ehud Barak. Former commander Netanyahu promised a permanent peace agreement and also talked about withdrawal from South Lebanon. After losing the election, he resigned from the parliamentary and Likud party chairman. Netanyahu succeeded Ariel Sharon in the Likud party. When Sharon became the prime minister in 2001, Netanyahu returned to power again. In this government, he first became the foreign minister and later he finance minister. In 2005, he resigned due to opposition to the decision to withdraw troops from the Gaza Strip. In 2005, Netanyahu got a chance once again. At that time, Sharon had suffered a major stroke and had to be admitted in a coma. Difference emerged in the Likud party and it split into two. Netanyahu won the leadership of the Likud party and emerged as a strong critic of Sharon's successor, Ehud Olmert. In March 2009, Netanyahu won the election for the second time. Netanyahu formed an alliance by combining right-wing nationalist and religious parties. The Netanyahu government was criticized in the international community. This criticism was due to not resuming peace talks with the Palestinians. Netanyahu publicly embraced the concept of the Palestinian state without troops, but said Palestinians would have to accept Israel as a Jewish state. In 2050, Netanyahu distanced himself from the possibility of a Palestinian state, saying the rise of Islamic extremism in the Middle East and made it impossible. In late 2012, Netanyahu called early elections and dissolved parliament within weeks. He then ordered a major crackdown on militants in Gaza after a rocket was fired into Israel. Netanyahu conducted the operation without deploying troops on the ground. The success of the 8-day operation was praised worldwide. In July 2014, Netanyahu once again launched a major operation in Gaza. More than 2100 Palestinians died in this 50-day war, according to UN officials in Palestine. Most of them were civilians. On the Israel side, 67 soldiers and 6 civilians were killed. Israel has been getting support from America during the conflict, but the relations between Netanyahu and the then US President Barack Obama were not good. This started happening from Netanyahu's third term itself. When Netanyahu addressed the US Congress in 2050, the relations with Obama reached a new low. Netanyahu strongly criticized the nuclear deal which Obama had made with Iran. When there was a change of power in America, the relations between Israel and America became cordial. Netanyahu, who rose from the army to the top of Israel's power, has the image of a strong leader. Israel's security is the first among Netanyahu's election issue. In such a situation, he has had a tough attitude towards the Palestinians.